Prime Minister Narendra Modi all set to head to Italy for the G7 today. And we're looking at Modi-Meloni meeting that's set. Modi is also set to be meeting with Joe Biden, Macron, Rishi Sunak, Kishida. No information yet, though, on Modi's meet with Justin Trudeau and Erdogan. Well, we're going to try and understand the agenda of the G7 meeting in Italy that's been held. Let me quickly cut across to Shashank Mattu, joining us for more on that. Shashank, G7 meeting in Italy. Who are the players who are involved, the leaders who will be present for this meeting? Of course, all eyes set on Prime Minister Modi meeting with US President Joe Biden. Their United States elections also just around the corner. We also know the enthusiasm that Indians have about Prime Minister Modi meeting with Meloni as well. The agenda, please take us through.
Absolutely. So with the G7, the major things are, of course, going to be when you have the leaders of the most powerful countries in the world. You have Joe Biden of the United States. You have Kishida from Japan. You also have Rishi Sunak as well as President Macron from France. Really some of the most powerful leaders in the world. Of course, Prime Minister Modi will also meet Prime Minister Meloni from Italy. But really the G20 is the G7 this time is really going to focus on a bunch of very, very key issues on the economy. Financial assistance is going to be for various countries in distress around the developing world is going to be a key priority. You're also going to see a lot of discussion, I believe, on the crisis in the Middle East right now. That is considered to be a major point of discussion for the G7. So, of course, major crises in the world will always be a top talking point for G7 countries, but also at the background to this, of course, as you very rightly mentioned, there is the Modi and Meloni meet. Melody, as the internet likes to say. It's hard to understate how much this new bonhomie between these two leaders has done for the India-Italy relationship. Really, the two sides have improved the relationship very, very strongly over the last 5-10 years. You'll remember just a decade ago, you had the Augusta Western scandal, you had the Italian Marines case. It was a very, very difficult time for the bilateral relationship, but it seems like these two, Modi and Meloni, seem to have turned it around for the relationship. And of course, Prime Minister Modi again being invited to go for the G7 meeting shows also a little bit about how crucial Italy and the G7 consider India's role in really tackling these major challenges like
that's
helping the developing
without a
world.
doubt. Italy and India share great relations. Give us more on Meloni and Modi's meeting. The real excitement is there. Indians there really looking forward to see those images surfacing yet again. We're going to surely see a meme fest online.
Absolutely.
Shashank, please elaborate for us.
No, absolutely. You know, you sometimes forget about it in terms of with the jokes and the memes, but in fact, there's a lot of substantive conversation between the two sides. You have hopes for a much closer defense relationship. Defense companies from Italy increasingly want to cater to the Indian market, so that's something that you've seen over just the last couple of years. Both sides working on. You have economics. Italy, we forget sometimes, one of the most powerful economic players in Europe, and India will always be looking to eye more investments from that part of the world. You have an extradition treaty that the two countries want to sign together, make it easier to allow both the law enforcement from the two countries to work together. We also have a large diaspora in working especially in the dairy sector in Italy. So there's a really substantive bilateral discussion. Sometimes, of course, we Indians love to focus on the memes, as you very rightly mentioned. But, of course, from defense to economics
much larger business to handle, a lot more important things to focus on. Shashank listing that out for us. Thanks very much, Shashank, for joining us.